1. The dichotomy of control, a Stoic foundation for self-focus. The cornerstone of Stoicism is the concept of the dichotomy of control, as articulated by Epictetus. This principle divides life into two domains, what we can control and what we cannot. Our thoughts, beliefs, intentions, and actions fall within our control, while external circumstances, others' opinions, and outcomes lie beyond it. Focusing on yourself in Stoicism begins with mastering this distinction. By directing energy and attention to what you can influence your character and choices, you cultivate inner peace and clarity. Attempting to control the uncontrollable leads to frustration and distraction, pulling you away from meaningful self-improvement. The Stoic approach liberates you from external dependencies and encourages you to take full responsibility for your mindset and actions. This shift in perspective transforms challenges into opportunities for growth and resilience. It teaches you to anchor your well-being in internal stability rather than fleeting external circumstances, forming the bedrock of a Stoic life centered on self-focus. 2. Virtue as the path to personal excellence. In Stoicism, virtue comprising wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance is the ultimate goal of life. It represents the highest good and the measure of true success. Focusing on yourself involves striving for virtue in every thought and action. Wisdom helps you discern what is truly important and make sound decisions. Courage empowers you to face adversity with resilience and integrity. Justice ensures your actions are fair and contribute to the well-being of others. Temperance fosters self-control, helping you navigate desires and impulses. By cultivating these virtues, you align your life with reason and nature, achieving harmony and fulfillment. The pursuit of virtue is a lifelong journey requiring continuous reflection and effort. It shifts your focus inward, away from superficial markers of success like wealth or fame, and toward the development of character. In this way, Stoicism transforms self-focus into a commitment to personal excellence and moral growth, guiding you toward a meaningful and purposeful life. 3. Rationality, the Stoic tool for mastering the self. Rationality is central to Stoicism, distinguishing humans from other beings. It is through reason that we can align ourselves with nature and make decisions that promote virtue and tranquility. Focusing on yourself in Stoicism involves using rationality to govern your thoughts and actions. This means questioning automatic emotional reactions and replacing them with measured, logical responses. For instance, when faced with criticism, instead of reacting defensively, a Stoic examines whether the critique is valid and uses it as a tool for improvement. Rationality helps you rise above impulsive behaviors and destructive emotions like anger, fear, and envy, which often stem from irrational judgments about external events. By applying reason consistently, you develop self-mastery, enabling you to navigate life's challenges with clarity and composure. Rationality is not just a tool for problem solving but a way to understand your inner world, aligning your desires, values, and actions to achieve inner peace and self-reliance. 4. Living in accordance with nature. Stoicism emphasizes living in harmony with nature, not just in the ecological sense but as a metaphor for aligning with the universe's rational order. To focus on yourself through this principle means understanding your role in the broader scheme of existence and acting in alignment with it. Life often presents circumstances beyond your control, and resistance to these natural flows only creates inner turmoil. Instead, Stoicism encourages you to accept reality as it is while working virtuously within its constraints. For example, aging, loss, and death are inevitable aspects of life. Rather than fearing or resenting them, a Stoic learns to embrace these realities with grace, recognizing their place in the natural order. By aligning with nature, you let go of futile desires for things to be different and focus instead on what you can do to live meaningfully in the present moment. This mindset fosters resilience, contentment, and a sense of interconnectedness with the world. 5. Daily self-reflection, a Stoic practice for growth. Self-reflection is a daily practice in Stoicism, exemplified by Marcus Aurelius' Meditations. This exercise involves introspection to evaluate your actions, thoughts, and progress toward virtue. By examining your day, you can identify areas where you acted in alignment with Stoic principles and where you fell short. For example, did you remain calm in the face of provocation? Did you make decisions based on reason or emotion? This practice is not about self-criticism but about learning and growth. It helps you focus on yourself by fostering self-awareness and accountability. Reflection also deepens your understanding of your motivations and values, enabling you to make conscious choices rather than being driven by external influences. Over time, this habit strengthens your ability to live a virtuous and intentional life. It reminds you that progress, not perfection, is the goal and that each day offers a fresh opportunity to become a better version of yourself. 6. Negative visualization, preparing for life's challenges. Negative visualization, or premeditatio malorum, is a key Stoic practice where one mentally prepares for potential misfortunes, setbacks, or losses. By imagining possible challenges in advance, you cultivate emotional resilience and reduce the shock when difficulties arise. Focusing on yourself through this practice involves confronting your fears and vulnerabilities, making you more capable of handling them when they manifest. For example, a Stoic might imagine the loss of their job, a relationship, or their health, not to dwell on these outcomes negatively but to prepare themselves to respond with grace. This mental rehearsal shifts your focus from avoiding discomfort to accepting it as an inevitable part of life, which empowers you to handle adversity with equanimity. By visualizing hardships, you train yourself to see them as opportunities for growth and self-mastery rather than threats to your well-being. Negative visualization also helps you appreciate what you currently have, enhancing gratitude and contentment. Ultimately, this practice strengthens your emotional fortitude, aligning your response to external events with Stoic virtues such as courage and wisdom. 7. Voluntary discomfort, building resilience through challenges. Voluntary discomfort is a practice where a Stoic deliberately exposes themselves to discomfort or deprivation to build resilience. This can involve fasting, enduring physical hardship, or choosing an uncomfortable situation that challenges your normal comforts. Focusing on yourself through voluntary discomfort helps you break the cycle of dependence on external circumstances for happiness. In modern life, where convenience and comfort are often taken for granted, voluntary discomfort serves as a reminder that true strength and contentment come from within. This practice teaches you to detach from material comforts, reducing your vulnerability to external changes. By voluntarily enduring hardship, you develop a sense of self-sufficiency and fortitude, making you less likely to be shaken by life's inevitable difficulties. It also encourages you to live a simple, minimalist life, where the focus shifts from accumulating possessions to cultivating inner peace and resilience. Over time, voluntary discomfort helps you strengthen your character, sharpening your ability to withstand adversity and remain calm under pressure. In Stoicism, the key is not to seek discomfort for its own sake but to use it as a tool for growth and self-mastery. 8. Emotional regulation, mastering the inner self. One of the central tenets of Stoicism is emotional regulation. Emotions such as anger, fear, and anxiety are seen as irrational responses to external events. Stoics believe that it is not the events themselves that disturb us but our judgments about them. Focusing on yourself through emotional regulation means learning to identify and transform these destructive emotions into constructive, rational responses. For example, when feeling angered by someone's behavior, a Stoic would reflect on their own expectations and beliefs that led to the emotion. By adjusting these thoughts, you can shift your reaction and maintain inner peace. Emotional regulation is about recognizing that while we cannot control external events, we have complete control over how we respond to them. Through practices like mindfulness, self-awareness, and rational reflection, Stoics aim to replace knee-jerk emotional reactions with thoughtful, measured responses. This not only leads to greater emotional stability but also enhances decision-making and interpersonal relationships. Over time, focusing on regulating your emotions empowers you to maintain composure even in the most challenging situations, allowing you to act in accordance with virtue rather than being at the mercy of your emotional impulses. 9. Acceptance of fate, embracing life's flow. The Stoic concept of amor fati, the love of fate, encourages you to embrace everything that happens in life, both good and bad, as part of a larger, rational plan. Focusing on yourself through this philosophy means accepting that you cannot control everything that happens but can control how you respond to life's circumstances. Instead of resisting fate or wishing for things to be different, Stoics learn to accept what is as necessary and beneficial in the grand scheme of things. For example, if you experience a setback in your career, instead of complaining or resisting, a Stoic would look for ways to learn from the situation and grow stronger. The focus here is on cultivating an attitude of gratitude and resilience, rather than seeing life's challenges as obstacles. By accepting fate, you reduce frustration and anxiety, allowing yourself to flow with life rather than against it. Acceptance does not mean passivity or resignation, but recognizing that everything in life, whether joyful or painful, can be an opportunity for growth, improvement, and self-mastery. This practice fosters a deep sense of peace, as it removes the need for constant struggle against the inevitable. 10. Indifference to external judgments, true self-validation. One of the most powerful aspects of Stoic self-focus is the idea of detachment from external judgments. Stoics teach that the opinions of others are outside our control and should not influence our self-worth. Focusing on yourself means learning to prioritize your own values and principles over the approval or disapproval of others. For example, if you make a decision that aligns with your personal integrity but faces criticism from others, a Stoic would not be swayed by the negative feedback. Instead, they would focus on whether their actions were virtuous and rational, regardless of others' opinions. This Stoic approach frees you from the constant cycle of seeking validation from external sources, allowing you to remain grounded in your own sense of self. Over time, you learn to validate yourself through your actions, choices, and inner growth, rather than seeking validation from others. Indifference to external judgment leads to greater confidence, as you no longer rely on others' approval to define your worth. It also reduces anxiety and stress, as you focus on what is truly important, living a virtuous and rational life. 11. Courage in adversity, strengthening the inner self. Courage is one of the 4 cardinal virtues of Stoicism, and it plays a central role in the Stoic approach to self-focus. To focus on yourself means to cultivate courage in facing both external challenges and internal fears. Courage in Stoicism is not the absence of fear but the willingness to act in accordance with reason and virtue despite fear or difficulty. For example, when confronted with a difficult situation, whether it's a personal loss, a career setback, or a moral dilemma, a Stoic uses courage to act with integrity and resolve. This form of courage requires inner strength, as it often involves facing uncertainty, discomfort, or personal risk. Focusing on yourself through courage allows you to transcend fear and doubt, enabling you to stay true to your values and make decisions that align with your higher purpose. Over time, courage builds resilience and fortitude, which are essential for navigating the challenges of life. Stoic courage is a proactive choice to face adversity with calmness and confidence, turning obstacles into opportunities for growth. And 12. Mindfulness and present focus, staying grounded in the now. Stoicism emphasizes living in the present moment, a concept that aligns closely with modern mindfulness practices. Focusing on yourself through mindfulness means staying fully engaged with your current thoughts, actions, and experiences, rather than being lost in regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. The Stoic principle of prohairesis, the faculty of choice, reminds you that you have the power to decide your responses in any given moment. By bringing your attention back to the present, you are better able to exercise this power with clarity and purpose. The present moment is where you can enact Stoic virtues, making each action, word, and decision a deliberate choice aligned with your values. When you allow your mind to wander into the past or future, you lose the opportunity to exercise virtue and practice rational thinking. Practicing mindfulness as a Stoic is about consciously being aware of your thoughts, recognizing when they stray from virtue, and gently redirecting them back to what you can control. This practice reduces stress and anxiety, as it helps you let go of concerns that are not within your control, allowing you to respond to life's challenges with equanimity. By staying focused on the present, you cultivate a deep sense of purpose and serenity, free from the distractions of regret or worry. 13. Avoiding comparisons, embracing your own journey. One of the key distractions in modern life is the constant tendency to compare oneself to others. Social media and societal pressures often fuel feelings of inadequacy or jealousy, making it easy to lose sight of personal goals. Stoicism teaches that comparisons are futile because everyone's path is different, and true happiness comes from internal growth, not external benchmarks. Focusing on yourself in Stoic terms means measuring your success by your own standards rather than in relation to others. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the importance of self-sufficiency in his meditations, reminding himself that it is not others' opinions or achievements that define his worth, but his own efforts to live virtuously. By letting go of comparisons, you free yourself from the anxiety of constantly measuring up to others and can instead focus on your own journey. This involves embracing your unique set of circumstances, talents, and challenges without resentment or envy. When you focus solely on personal growth, comparing yourself to others becomes irrelevant because your only competition is your past self. Stoicism teaches you to cultivate self-compassion and patience, knowing that your path to virtue is the only one that matters. This mindset promotes inner peace, as it shifts your focus from external competition to internal development. 14. Practicing gratitude, recognizing what you have. Gratitude is a powerful Stoic practice, often overlooked in the pursuit of success or material gain. Stoics encourage a deep appreciation for what you already have, fostering contentment and reducing the desire for things outside your control. For instance, Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself to be grateful for the present moment, his family, his health, and even the opportunities that came with life's challenges. By focusing on yourself and recognizing the abundance already in your life, you shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance, cultivating peace and satisfaction. Gratitude helps counteract feelings of entitlement or dissatisfaction, which often arise from comparing oneself to others or aspiring to unattainable goals. Through daily gratitude practices, such as taking time to reflect on the positive aspects of your life or writing down things you are thankful for, you train your mind to recognize the value in what you already have. In Stoic thought, gratitude is not just about appreciating material possessions but also about acknowledging the impermanence of life and the value of relationships, experiences, and even struggles. By embracing gratitude, you deepen your understanding of what is truly important and learn to find joy in the present moment, regardless of external circumstances. Gratitude, for the Stoic, is a way to align oneself with nature, recognizing the interconnectedness of all things and appreciating life as it is. 15. Detachment from material possessions, reducing dependency. In Stoic philosophy, material possessions are considered indifferent, neither inherently good nor bad. However, Stoics caution against becoming attached to them, as dependence on external objects for happiness can lead to frustration and discontent. Focusing on yourself means learning to detach from the need for possessions and instead valuing inner wealth, virtue, wisdom, and emotional resilience. This does not mean abandoning possessions altogether, but rather recognizing their temporary and uncontrollable nature. The Stoics understood that losing material things, whether wealth, property, or status, was not a tragedy but a natural part of life's unpredictability. By practicing voluntary simplicity and reducing the desire for excess, you develop a sense of independence from the material world, freeing yourself from the anxiety of losing things you cannot control. Focusing on what truly matters, your character, relationships, and inner peace, ensures that you remain unshaken when faced with the loss of material possessions. Marcus Aurelius, in particular, emphasized the fleeting nature of external things, reminding himself that nothing is permanent, and that real fulfillment comes from living virtuously rather than accumulating wealth. Detachment allows you to live more freely, unburdened by possessions that demand your time, attention, or emotional investment. By focusing on yourself and your own growth, you cultivate an appreciation for the things that truly bring fulfillment, wisdom, self-mastery, and human connection. 16. Justice and service to others, contributing to the common good. Although Stoicism encourages focusing on oneself, it does not advocate for self-centeredness or isolation. In fact, Stoicism stresses the importance of justice and contributing to the common good. Stoics believe that humans are social animals, interconnected and bound by nature to help one another. Focusing on yourself means cultivating virtues that allow you to positively impact those around you. Justice, in Stoic terms, is about fairness, integrity, and contributing to the well-being of others. A Stoic's sense of duty extends beyond personal growth. It includes the responsibility to act justly in all interactions, whether with family, friends, colleagues, or strangers. This can be as simple as being kind, fair, and considerate, or as complex as working for societal change. Service to others is seen as an extension of self-focus because when you act virtuously toward others, you reinforce your own character and develop deeper empathy. By practicing justice, you strengthen your sense of community and contribute to the greater good, aligning your personal growth with the well-being of others. Stoics like Seneca often wrote about the importance of fulfilling one's role in society, whether as a leader, citizen, or family member. Ultimately, Stoic justice helps you balance your personal journey with a broader sense of purpose, contributing to both your own flourishing and that of the community. 17. Philosophy as therapy, using wisdom to align the self. Philosophy, for Stoics, is not an abstract academic pursuit but a practical guide for living a virtuous and fulfilling life. It is seen as a form of therapy for the mind and soul, providing tools to confront life's challenges and cultivate inner peace. Focusing on yourself through philosophy means using wisdom to align your thoughts, actions, and emotions with reason. Stoic texts like Marcus Aurelius' Meditations and Epictetus' Enchiridion offer daily reminders of how to live according to Stoic principles, providing insights into managing stress, cultivating resilience, and making rational decisions. By regularly engaging with philosophical texts and reflecting on their teachings, you create a framework for handling life's difficulties with composure. Philosophy helps you make sense of the world, not by controlling external events but by mastering your internal response to them. It encourages you to question assumptions, reframe challenges, and focus on what you can control. The Stoic approach to philosophy as therapy invites you to actively apply its principles in your everyday life, turning philosophical study into practical wisdom. In this way, philosophy becomes a tool for personal transformation, helping you maintain focus on yourself and your 18. Serving as the guiding force for all other virtues. Wisdom enables you to discern what is truly important, make informed decisions, and navigate life's challenges with clarity. Focusing on yourself means constantly striving to cultivate wisdom in every aspect of life, from personal relationships to career decisions. Wisdom is not just about acquiring knowledge, but about applying that knowledge in a way that aligns with nature and reason. In Stoicism, wisdom requires a deep understanding of the nature of things, including the transient nature of life, the role of fate, and the limitations of human power. By developing wisdom, you gain the ability to recognize what is within your control and what is not, allowing you to focus on your responses and actions rather than being overwhelmed by external circumstances. Wisdom also involves continuous learning and reflection, as it is an ongoing process of deepening understanding and refining one's approach to life. Through wisdom, you become more attuned to your own values, desires, and goals, empowering you to make choices that reflect your true self. It is the foundation of personal growth and the tool that enables you to navigate life's complexities with calmness, courage, and integrity. 19. Focusing on the present, letting go of the past and future. One of the most profound teachings of Stoicism is the idea that the past and future are beyond your control. Focusing on yourself, therefore, involves anchoring your attention in the present moment, where you can act, think, and choose with clarity. The Stoics urge you to let go of regrets about the past, as it is already gone and cannot be changed. Similarly, they advise you not to waste mental energy on anxieties about the future, as it is uncertain and beyond your control. By embracing the present moment, you empower yourself to make deliberate choices and focus on what is truly within your power. This approach fosters a sense of inner peace and reduces stress, as you learn to detach from the constant worries and distractions that come from dwelling on things you cannot control. By focusing on the present, you align yourself with nature's rhythm, understanding that life unfolds one moment at a time. This practice helps you to cultivate mindfulness, an essential aspect of Stoic life, enabling you to fully experience each moment without being clouded by past mistakes or future uncertainties. The more you practice focusing on the present, the more you cultivate a sense of self-mastery, as you learn to respond to challenges with reason and virtue in the here and now. 20. The power of self-discipline, mastering your desires and actions. Self-discipline is a core component of Stoic philosophy, as it enables you to maintain control over your impulses, desires, and emotions. Focusing on yourself means developing the ability to choose your actions based on reason rather than being swayed by external influences or internal cravings. The Stoic ideal is to cultivate an inner strength that allows you to resist unnecessary indulgences and remain steadfast in your commitment to virtue. For example, if faced with a tempting distraction that takes you away from your goals, a Stoic would apply self-discipline to stay focused on what is truly important. Self-discipline is not about harsh repression of desires but about cultivating moderation and temperance, knowing when to indulge and when to abstain. It is the ability to say no to short-term gratification in favor of long-term growth and fulfillment. Developing self-discipline requires consistent effort and practice, as it involves training the mind to act in alignment with reason rather than succumbing to automatic responses. By practicing self-discipline, you cultivate resilience and inner strength, allowing you to stay on course even in the face of temptations or setbacks. This Stoic virtue enables you to create habits and routines that align with your higher goals, ensuring that your actions reflect your values and your commitment to self-improvement. Over time, self-discipline becomes second nature, allowing you to focus on yourself and your journey toward personal excellence. Conclusion: the Stoic path to focusing on yourself. Stoicism provides a powerful framework for focusing on yourself and living a life of virtue, resilience, and inner peace. By applying Stoic principles such as the dichotomy of control, virtue, emotional regulation, and acceptance of fate, you can navigate life's challenges with grace and composure. Stoicism encourages you to look inward for fulfillment rather than relying on external circumstances, helping you develop a strong sense of self and personal accountability. Practices like mindfulness, daily self-reflection, and gratitude foster a deeper connection to the present moment, while detachment from material possessions and comparisons with others liberates you from the pursuit of fleeting pleasures and societal expectations. Through wisdom, courage, and justice, Stoicism empowers you to live in alignment with your values and contribute to the greater good. By cultivating self-discipline and embracing the power of philosophy as therapy, you can continuously refine your character and remain focused on what truly matters. Stoicism teaches that true fulfillment lies not in external achievements but in the cultivation of virtue, self-awareness, and personal growth. By focusing on yourself through these Stoic practices, you embark on a journey of transformation, where every challenge becomes an opportunity to strengthen your character and deepen your understanding of life's greater purpose.